So there is a lot of different things that you can do in Guild Wars 2, like a lot. And with so many dailies available and resets that are on a 24-hour cycle, it can be a bit overwhelming. I'm going to show you how you can prioritize your daily routine so that it works for you and you can make some gold, get some valuable materials, and progress your character's worth. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Guild Wars 2 content. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the heart of the modern daily system. The Wizard's Vault. For most of us, the routine is simple. You log in, you do whatever dailies that are available. Usually you can load up a single type of game mode that you wish to play. So having all of your dailies do PvE or all of your dailies doing PvP, pick the 3 easiest ones and go from there. If you're doing PvE, it's like gathering some plants, view a vista, and then you're out. You got a little bit of gold, you got some astral acclaim, and you move on. And that right there may be why your account is slowing down. While yes, doing those daily resets can help you earn some of those good items, you may be missing out on the bigger focus, and that is the actual astral acclaim. And with this, we're going to focus on not sleeping on our weekly objectives. These are your single biggest source of acclaim, and your main goal should be to knock them out, or knock all 6 of them out throughout the week. And a lot of these things are going to be like what you're doing anyway, completing events in a certain zone or finishing a big meta, defeating so many of a mob. If you focus on these first, then you're not scrambling on your very last day. You're just playing the game. Second, don't be afraid to poke your head in PvP and World v World. I know, seriously, even if you hate PvP, objectives like compete in one player versus player match or capture a camp in World v World can really be done in just a few minutes. And the hidden bonus is that you're getting reward track potions. This is boosting your progress in both of those game modes down the line. I bring up the idea that this is an easier progression for World v World's Gift of Battle, which can be done pretty easily, honestly, if all you do is just poke your head in there for a couple of minutes, do some specific events, and then move on. And again, I'll say, I know that PvP and World v World, people are pretty outspoken if they don't like it, but perhaps this may be a simple way to knock out some dailies, or at least have a little bit of spice in your daily routine. Now let's go ahead and talk about rewards. This is where most people end up hurting themselves. Buying the legendary starter kit feels like a really big steal. Like, hey, and that's actually going to be really good if you're actively building that specific legendary. It's a great deal, of course. But if you're just buying it because it looks cool and you have the idea that you may want to do that down the line, you're kind of making a bad trade right out the gate. Of course, I would recommend you grabbing the kit at some time during the season because it does have quite a bit of materials in there, but it perhaps isn't the best choice first thing in the season. You have to compare your astral acclaim cost to basically everything else. The mystic coins, for example, have a fantastic gold per acclaim value, and you need them for a ton of different things anyway. The limited quantity bags of coins are almost always a better raw gold payout. And obsidian shards? Yeah, no, you're going to skip on them. You guys thought I was going to do that again. You can get a whole bunch of these by using karma to purchase them from a vendor in ore, and you also get them in a number of different ways. Prioritize getting the more lucrative rewards here, and then working your way back through all the different choices. You'll find that if you stay dedicated, you can easily unlock all the Wizard's Vault rewards pretty quickly, and you could do it well before the seasonal resets. The best way you can think about this is to treat astral acclaim like real money. Look for the idea of this being the best exchange rate. Prioritize the high value stuff that you can sell easily, like mystic coins or the cheap bags of coins that you can buy. Grab the unique seasonal skins if one catches your eye, of course. And only then, if you have a specific goal, you should look at the big stuff like ascended gear or legendary kits. Switch your mindset from a checklist to a currency exchange, and I promise you, it'll make you feel a lot richer. All right, so now that we've covered our Wizard's Vault strategy, it's time for us to talk about the daily activities, the tasks that most players just ignore. And this circuit can add up to a lot of gold over the course of a month. So I will note, a few of these may not be available right out the gate for fresh level 80 accounts that have not necessarily progressed with higher levels of crafting or into fractals at all. However, it is important to note that you can generate some really good gold daily with a few extra minutes of work once you do. So, starting out with crafting, every single day you can craft one of the ascended time-gated materials. So like a lump of mytherium, I'm saying that wrong, a glob of elder spirit residue, a spool of thick Elonian cord, and a bolt of damask. I kind of call this like lazy gold because like crafting these items takes less than 90 seconds, and while the components are account bound, the final refined materials like the Deldramir steel ingots aren't. Because the artificial scarcity of these items from the time gate, the profit margin on these are almost always pretty high, even if all you're doing is buying all the raw materials from the trading post and then flipping it and then selling back the finished product. You can check out the website Guild Wars 2 efficiency, which is in the description below for the current numbers, but it's pretty much always worth it. Even if you don't sell the item, honestly, you're still building a personal stockpile for your own legendaries later down the road, saving them for you to not have to pay a premium later. If you have a mountain of karma, which I have quite a bit, and the Pact Commander Mastery trained, you're sitting on a free gold mine. Each day you can visit the 6 Pact supply network agents scattered across Tyria. Each one of them will sell you a Pact Scouts mapping material for a little bit over 5,000 karma. You can then take these to a map with a profitable weekly bonus reward and then use them and get a injection of valuable materials very quickly. It's one of the simplest karma to gold conversions in the game, and it really just only takes a couple of waypoint clicks. It's pretty easy. And this is one of the, to me it's satisfying, but it's one of the easiest dailies of all, which is gathering from your home instances or guild hall nodes. A fully stocked home instance can be visited daily for a ton of free materials, from ore to wood to special living world seasons and even festival currencies. And if you don't even have your own, you can just look in the look for group, and players are always advertising full home instances that you can join for free. Try to pay attention around the time of the daily reset for Guild Wars 2, and you'll probably find someone who's willing to carry you through their home instance. After that, pop into your guild hall and gather from the synthesizers that are there for even more free stuff. If you're a member of multiple guilds with different synthesizer levels, you can often gather from each one of these separately. It's a few minutes of clicking and you get several gold worth of materials. It's pretty good. While you are out gathering, and if you do have Living World Season 4 and Path of Fire, I would recommend the Volatile Magic gathering tools, as these generate a bit of volatile magic each time that they are swung. The magic is that they will be able to be exchanged for trophy shipments, which almost always has a positive gold return on each shipment, despite costing volatile magic and a bit of gold themselves. All right, so the next idea is alt parking, which isn't really new. It's just where you park them is the most important thing. Leaving a character at a random rich iron node is no longer profitable. We really want to guarantee high value chests. We want things that are going to turn around the gold very quickly. For pretty good efficiency, you're going to want to park alts at like the end of jumping puzzles with daily chests, or at specific spots with guaranteed loot. The large essence chests in Bjorn Marches are amazing. They can drop a handful of gold worth of materials just from opening them. Parking alts at Jade Runestone locations in Ekavald and New Kenang City is fantastic steady income stream, since those runestones hold their value. The trick isn't simply parking them, it's like making a routine. You log in, you loot the chest, you get your gold, you log out, you swap to the next alt. Having a handful of parked alts can bring in some serious hassle-free income every single day, and you barely even have to think about it. The last piece of this puzzle is working on instance content that can actually respect your time. And no, I'm not saying spend a whole bunch of hours in raids or running around World v World, although I have really been enjoying running around in World v World. I'm just saying, I understand what you guys are on. I'm talking more so about the daily fractals. Now, specifically, the tier 4 daily fractals are very good and very lucrative. With a decent group, you can clear the 3 tier 4 dailies plus the recommended ones in about 30 to 45 minutes. For that time, you're looking at a huge return of gold, and that's not even counting the fractal encryption boxes and other valuable drops. Yes, it does require you to get a character with gear up to 150 agony resistance to be able to not have to be carried. Once that is done, that investment pays for itself incredibly fast. And if fractals aren't your jam, like for the longest time, they weren't my main focus, another daily that you can do is the priority strike missions from the Icebrood Saga, and they're a great alternative. They're quick, they're easy to find a group, and it offers a solid chunk of rewards for a tiny time commitment. The goal is to really look for these like short, repeatable instances that you actually enjoy and make a daily habit of it. The consistent rewards are the foundation of having a healthy bank account, and gold makes Guild Wars 2 go round. Let's be serious. All right, so the new optimized routine look like, simple, and I kind of like put it into 2 categories to scale for you. So if you have like 5 to 10 minutes, log in, check the Wizard's Vault, bang out the daily Ascended crafting, run your Pact Supply vendor network, clear your home instance and guild hall nodes, and then finally cycle through your alts, and boom, you're done. That right there, that alone is going to be a great boost to your passive income. As a reminder, you're focusing on the Wizard Vault events that are going to generate the most astral acclaim. So look for those weekly rewards and see what you can do, because a lot of these can be picked off fairly easy. Now, if you have a little bit more time, you have like 30 to 45 minutes, I would recommend doing the same thing for the 5 to 10 minute routine, but then also adding in your fractal dailies or a few priority strikes. It's really good gold, and it's just simply by playing. Honestly, it's just that. This isn't about grinding for hours. I don't have that kind of time, so I would never try to recommend that. But it's about being smart and about being consistent and knowing where the game hides its value. Now, I want to hear from you. What does your daily routine look like? Please tell me in the comment section down below. I'm really curious to hear if there's like something hidden that I may have missed. And if you're looking for some slick ways to clean up your bag, you can click this video here. As always, stay caffeinated, folks.